Welcome back, guys, to another RP match. Today we are in the F6F-5N, the nightfighter version of the Hellcat. Overall, I'm not a big fan of this plane. I already did not like it that much when I was flying it in the American 3. Mostly because it's overall heavier and slower and yeah, just less good performing plane than the normal F6F in the 3. The additional radar on the wing and the heavier cannon armament definitely hinders the performance. The good thing is the A and M2 cannons, they are great. As you already have seen the video with the Helldiver or with other American fighters that have this cannon, it does very good damage. It, for its tier, even in stock condition, doesn't really overheat that much. The effective range of those guns is also very good. So it is a very good complement to the 450 cars that you already have as well on this plane. But as you can see, the climb rate of this thing is not very competitive for a 4.3 plane. Pretty much all of the enemy planes will outclimb you. You will even have problems against something like an ME-410. As far as I have seen, the 410 is not really worse at climbing this, and that's a very big heavy fighter compared to this pretty small plane. The maneuverability is also a bit worse because of the additional weight, but it's not that bad that you cannot work with it. So you definitely have the ability to follow your enemy's moves and evading maneuvers and so on. And you also have a pretty good initial turning ability, which gets worse when the speed drops. But in a specific speed range, the maneuverability is not that bad. The dive speed, though, is very good. You will have the ability to follow even Axis boom and zoom fighters in a dive, so don't be afraid of diving attacks. So that's pretty much my take on the performance. And now let's talk about this battle. The Germans are also at higher and mid altitude. Luckily we have P-47s that regarding the highest altitude range, which is important. Otherwise the Germans will push you down and you have no real chance of coming back if they don't screw up completely. And 190 comes along. We both are a bit afraid and we don't want to commit in the head-on. I can also get jumped by the 109. And here I'm testing out the maneuverability against this G2. Having a bit of problems getting the guns on target, but now we're behind him. And he will now try to fly away. Initially, he will manage to do it. But shortly after the initial dive, you see that we are already catching up. So the the ability of this plane to pick up speed in a dive and also hold it for a slightly longer than the 109 can be beneficial, definitely. And the guns, yeah, against fighters, they just destroy those things if more than one or two weapons hit the target. 50 cals in combination with cannons is always a good armament. 50 cals also have a very flat trajectory and also pretty good damage at longer range, which is especially in RP matches comes in very handy. And now I'm always looking around anxiously if a fighter is going to dive down on me, and I try to regain altitude, and while I do this, also trying to help out the team. So I initially tried to help the Typhoon against the 190, but then I think I didn't want to dive down at this point because altitude was more important here, and the 190 got taken out. But the P-47 got in trouble against the 109 and dove away, so I decided to intercept the 109 from its dive and get him while he tries to get a shot on me. Here you could see what just a couple of hits of the 20mm ANM2 cannon with default rounds can do against the 109. I mostly use default rounds on these type of cannons because, in my opinion, they have they give you the best results with the combination of explosive and AP rounds. Because all explosive is not that good. You need some armor piercing potential as well against bombers, for example. And the remaining German fighters are also coming down now. And this gives me the ability to reach them. Otherwise, it would have been a problem. So, thanks to the teammate that managed to drag all of those planes down. Having some really bad aim here. And yeah, never pull up. Rule number 1. Never pull straight up if someone is on your tail, because that gives you the easiest shots you can ever ask for. Now we are up to 3 kills. Initially trying to climb up to maybe help out the other F6F against the 109, but then the F6F strikes the remaining enemy, K4 even. So we were up-tiered heavily here. And now go after the 217. And the 217 drops bombs and kills all of the friendly planes that were trailing in behind him. And here we are, see again the very, very powerful armament of this plane. So the armament, definitely an improvement over the normal F6F. Performance-wise, definitely worse. But depending on your playstyle, it can still be a very good choice. Even though in such an up-tiered matchup like this, where you meet 5.3 planes, it is a bit tricky, to be honest. And in my opinion, most other picks in these BR ranges for the Allied team will perform better, but yeah, you can't have it all. And it is a good challenge of a plane, because you will never come into a situation where will be definitely the highest plane if you didn't climb for ages. So you will have to find alternative tactics to drag the enemy down, work together as a team, and kill them even if they have altitude advantage. So that's it for this plane, and so yeah,